This conference will now be recorded.
We began our introduction to managerial accounting and job order costing systems last time. And we said that there was a managerial accounting cycle based on that same accounting equation, assets equal liabilities plus stockholders' equity. And our steps were to, in that cycle, determine the unit product cost, journalize entries, post to the ledger, prepare a trial balance, prepare financial statements, prepare closing entries. So the same thing, we're layering the managerial accounting aspect on top of financial accounting. And we said that for this yesterday, well, Tuesday and today in class, we only gonna look at the first part of this cycle, determination of unit product cost and selling price. That's all we're going to do so that we get that down, because that's the starting point. And if you have an issue, a lot of other things are going to be wrong. And we said that there are three costs: the raw materials needed to produce the product, the direct labor paid to the workers to make the product, and the manufacturing overhead, which is everything else: depreciation, utilities, taxes, insurance, rental expenses, indirect labor, supplies, any other manufacturing costs. And we looked at a basic example where the product was going to be priced at 3 times unit manufacturing costs. 100,000 units were going to be produced. The raw materials consisted of 2 units at 15. Direct labor consisted of 3 hours at 10. And the total manufacturing overhead was estimated to be $600,000. And we said that in this problem, direct materials 2 times 15, 30. Direct labor 3 times 10, 30. Then the manufacturing overhead, we said, was 3 labor hours. We bring those 3 labor hours down. Our predetermined overhead rate is 2. We multiply those out to get the unit overhead cost. We add them together, 66, and the selling price with a multiple of 3 would be 198. Are there any questions about that?
How'd you get the 198 again?
The cost was 66. The selling price multiple was 3. Yeah, it's going to be priced at 3 times unit cost.
Okay.
But when you make a product, you have to come up with the cost and the selling price. So that's the difference between financial and managerial accounting. You have to come up with the costs, and it's always direct labor, direct materials, direct labor, and then everything else, all the other manufacturing costs. So you always have these 3 elements, and we always are doing it on a unit basis. How much does it take to make one item? And you have a product where you're supposed to be doing the same thing, determining how much it's going to cost to make one item. So are there any questions? Any questions?
I have a question. I'm still struggling about the part 2.
The part 2?
Yeah, like where we have to divide or multiply. And you said that when it's more than 1, but in your example, one of the problems on my homework, we did the opposite of that. So I'm a little bit confused. So if it's more than 1, then you divide, or is it more than 2?
Depends on the hours. If it takes more than 1 hour one or more hours to make it, you multiply. On the other hand, if you could make more than 1 in an hour, you can make 10 in an hour, you divide.
Okay, so if I can make 10, then I would divide. But what if it's 2?
Then you still divide.
Okay, because we did it differently yesterday.
I did.
My group went to your tutorials to do the homework, and there was one where they had 2, and they multiplied it.
That was 2 hours. I think that was 2 hours, not 2 products.
So if it's, I see what you're saying. Okay, I guess I see what you're saying now. The products, once you divide those 2, how many products you get from that?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, thanks.
So you basically saying, like, if it has like 3 per hour or 4 per hour, we're going to divide, and when it's like 1 hour or 2 hour, we multiply.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so coming to section 2. Okay. Okay, so how many of these homeworks was I supposed to get?
8.
8. How many do I have? Let me see here. So how many of them do we have in here? Williams, Powell, Bell, Amos, Barlow, Hubert, Love, Jenkins, Bernard, Ellis, and Brady. And why is Angela Williams, Kara Power, and Ginger Bell late? Why are they late?
I'm here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm
So-
here.
Time was moving so fast. I don't know how that happened.
And
You don't-
as I recall, I was on time. Professor was late.
No, he talking about turning it in.
Oh, my bad.
I was thinking about the 4:20 and not the 4 o'clock. I'd be like,
Me too, Kiera.
All right, but we'll let you reprieve yourself by working them out. In my Principles 1 class, which meets before this, I had some people who assumed that they could take a spreadsheet exam with a cell phone, and I was dealing with them. Oh, well, let's see. Who had the first problem versus the second one? I guess it doesn't matter. Since Jasmine pitches up, we'll go to her. Brady, checking the clock and ghosting. So,
This one was different from like the first template you gave us.
So what does that mean?
Cause number 4 was like in an awkward, like the part 4 was like in an awkward spot.
Yeah, it was at the top instead of at the
It
bottom.
was at the top instead of under part 3.
Yeah.
I thought being at the top would be a better location for it.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that one.
See. Do I have you all up?
Yeah.
You up?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Okay, so hopefully. Okay, here you all go. All right, Brady, you got the screen.
What'd I do? Oh, what do I do though? Oh, okay, there we go.
Explain your problem.
The whole thing?
Well, you got help. You got Sheckler, Clark, and Ghost, and do the first.
Chicana.
Chicana. Sorry, Chicana.
I can help you, Jasmine.
Oh, please, thank you.
Now we'll rotate through, so y'all do the first one or so. We got. I
You want
guess
to do A, Samantha?
Yeah, go ahead and do the A one. Then we'll go to somebody else.
Okay. So
She not in here? Well, you can go. It don't matter.
I'm about to say I don't see her.
I'm here.
Oh, there she go.
I mean, anyone, y'all could do it. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't really want to do it. Okay, so the problem that in A is, of course, you see on the screen, quantity is 12,000, self price is 3, raw material ink 2 at $10, raw material paper 1 at 10, and then it's an hour with $12. Is that productivity rate?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the first thing you do in one, why it's not moving down?
Hopefully it's moving.
It won't move.
How's that?
It really won't move. Okay, there you go. Okay, so the first thing you do in unit direct material cost is to see the raw material, the quantity and the price of the raw material. So I had two quantities and it was $10, which 2 times 10 is 20. And then for the raw paper, the raw material paper, I had just one and it was $10, which 1 times 10 is 10. Then you just add 20 and 10 together and then I got 30. Then
This cost up here is 30.
right,
Okay.
that's why I have $30 at the top.
Okay.
It won't move. All right, and then in part 2, the direct labor costs, since it was $12, I put $12 in the labor cost, and then I put 1 hour. So basically, since I only have 1 hour, I would do 12 times 1, and that's how I got 12.
So your labor cost is 12.
Yeah,
That's your second cost on product A.
right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Since they gave me my overhead price, which was 160,000, and then they also give you the quantity, which is 20,000, and then we already knew my labor cost was $12. So basically, I multiply 20,000. Well, for the next line, total estimate labor hours, I will multiply 20,000 times 12, and I got 240,000.
Okay.
That's not right?
You got 20,000 you're making, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes you how many hours to make one?
One hour.
So what's the total estimated hours gonna be?
It's not gonna be this?
The labor productivity rate,
It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be 20,000.
not the labor rate, the productivity rate. One hour. So when you go back down here, you need a 1.
What? Okay, I did something wrong on mine then.
So and we say we multiply if it takes 1 or more hours. So we're gonna
So 20,000 times 1?
wait a minute. 20,000.
It's in the wrong
Her,
spot.
I think her thingy's in the wrong spot. Her labor productivity rate. It's
So
supposed
it's
to
gonna
be
be
the hours.
20,000 for the total estimate.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So if it's 20,000, then what's our POR gonna be? Giving y'all a chance to reprieve yourself.
160,000 divided by 8.
So this is gonna be 8. And you got this right. So this is 8. So your POR was 8, but your overhead cost is off. So somehow you were able to.
Still get.
So the 8 is correct. And so the total cost 30, 12, 8 is how much?
50.
50. So estimated unit cost, how much?
$50.
And our estimated selling price based on a multiple of 3.
150.
And our predetermined overhead rate.
$8.
So you had issues with the chart, but you kind of came back okay. Any questions by anyone? Any questions? All right, next team, which one is this, the first one or the second one? Group 5, so this is the second one, right?
B, yeah.
Okay. So we'll keep this up. Okay. So next team.
We'll go
Okay.
team 6.
All right, go ahead. How many options did we have? Do we have 3 or 4 options?
Huh?
How many options do we have? 3 or 4?
3. How many? What do we have? What?
I see 4 things here, so I was just wondering.
Oh, how many? Like A, B, C, or D?
Yeah,
Or
it had to be at least 3. Was it 4 or 3? I'm just asking.
It's 4.
Okay, so I need a D here. That's all I want to know. Okay. So tell me about the B situation.
okay. B. It's kind of confusing looking at this. I mean, it's the same thing, I guess. Okay, so B, we had a quantity of 20,000, the same as A, and we had a selling price multiple of 3, same as A also. But we had a difference of raw materials. So we had 2 for 10 for ink, and then we had 2 for 10 for paper. And instead of 1 hour, we're doing 2 hours for $12. And then we got an overhead price of $150,000.
Okay, so let's go down to raw materials. You agree with that
Okay,
number?
so, huh?
Agree with
Yeah,
that
I
number?
remember.
Say what?
You said, do I remember the number?
Do you agree with their numbers?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So 2 at 10, 20, 2 at 10, 20, 40. Okay. So 40
Okay.
comes up as raw materials.
Yeah.
About labor.
So for labor, we had 12, and we had 2 hours, and then so we multiplied 2 hours times 12, and we got 24. So we go back up.
There, so 24 comes.
Put 24.
Now let's go to our POR.
It's wrong.
All right. So we had the same overhead price of $150,000 and quantity of 20,000. So number 3, we have the labor productivity was 2 instead of 24, or whatever. So and the total. So what we do is we multiply 2 times 20,000, and we got 40,000.
Got 40,000 hours.
All right, and then take that down. So our POR was.
What is your POR?
My POR was 4.
So that's just simply what? 160 divided by 40.
Yep. Okay, and then we multiplied our POR times our line 3.
And you got what?
So POR times the productivity rate, and we got 8.
So y'all,
4 times 3 is 8.
they still kind of, they come out kind of landing on their feet a little bit. Okay, so then the POR comes at 8. So 40, 24 unit overhead costs is 8. So we got 7.
So we have a total of 72.
Okay.
So we go and put that in our chart. And our estimated unit cost is 72, and our estimated selling price is 216 because our selling price multiple is 3. So we times 72 times 3, that gets us 216. And then our predetermined overhead rate that we did at the bottom was $8.
Any questions? Okay, so let's move to the C scenario. Next. I got it on her things here. So somebody else who hadn't talked. Are y'all ready for the quiz now? Y'all got a choice. Y'all can talk. I'm gonna give you this quiz now since y'all know everything. Do we have anybody else who can say anything?
Group 6 went.
So we only have what, 2 people who've done any homework? That's all I got to give credit to?
No.
If you ain't talking, boy.
I'm from Jasmine Group. I still need to present?
Yes.
Okay.
Y'all need to redeem yourself.
Well, C is wrong, so I need to correct it.
Oh, that's okay.
You had the right answer at the top, though.
I need to correct C while I'm going.
Okay, so
Where's you?
who's talking now?
Shakana.
Shakana.
Okay, Shakana, good. So well, I can work on Shakana and stop saying whatever. Shakana.
Chaka.
Okay, so let's look at your assumption, Shakana.
Okay, the quantity was 20,000. The SP multiple, which is the selling price multiple, is 3. The raw material ink is 3 at $10. The raw material paper is 3 at $10. The direct labor productivity is 3 per hour. The labor rate is $12, and the estimated overhead is $160,000.
Okay. So we go down to get our product cost. We start with raw materials.
Okay, so for the ink, the quantity is 3. The unit cost is 10, so you go do 3 times 10, which gives you $30 for the unit cost. For raw material paper, the paper quantity was 3. The unit cost was 10, so I did 3 times 10 is 30. To get the total unit raw material cost, I did 30 plus 30, and it gives me $60.
So 60 becomes our raw materials cost.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move to labor.
Okay, so the labor hours is $12, and the labor rate is 3 per hour. Do I divide 12 divided by 3 give me 4, or I multiply still?
Divide. She's gonna divide because it's per hour.
Oh, okay. So I got it right. I had did it yesterday. I thought I had got it wrong. So it's 12 divided by 3 give me $4 for the unit labor cost.
So let's look at these.
Mm-hmm.
When we 1 hour, when we had 2 hours, we multiply.
Okay.
Per hour, both per hour, we divide.
Okay.
Got it now?
I have it now.
I think for me, if you were to add 3 books per hour and 4 books per hour, then it would make more sense. Or if you put 1 hour per book and then 2 hours per book, because that's what
But that was through you all?
me personally. I mean, because I couldn't tell the difference until I did the homework and I realized that I didn't notice the difference till you just told me right now. And until my group told me.
Okay, so you have your assumptions. All right. Okay. Well, that's why you have a group.
Yeah, they help me.
Okay, so we divide. So is everybody clear on this now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Now we need to get our unit overhead costs. We got to get the unit overhead costs and the POR.
Okay. So the total overhead was 160,000. The total quantity was 20,000. The labor rate was 3 per hour. And for the total estimated labor hours, you're going to divide. So I divided 20,000
Okay.
by 3,
You got
and it
some
gave
time.
me 6,666.67.
Okay.
And the POR is 24, which I divided line 1 divided by 4, line 4.
So line 1 divided by line 4 gives us
Mm-hmm.
about 20.
Gives
Okay.
me 24. And the last part is $8.
Line.
Line 6, you multiply the POR by line 3. So 4 times 2 is $8.
The POR was 24.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry. 24 divided by 3 is 8. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
Okay. So here, whereas we were multiplying in these first two scenarios to get the overhead unit manufacturing overhead costs, we're going to now divide POR and we get 8.
Mm-hmm.
8 and 24. So total cost 64 and 8, 72.
Yes.
Selling price multiple.
Okay, for the
Go ahead.
for the estimated unit cost is 72. For the estimated selling price is 216, and the POR is $24.
Any question by anyone? All right, who's going to take D? So get this practice in so that you can get this quiz. You know, practice will help you on the quiz.
We have a
So
quiz today or next week?
today,
Oh, okay.
in a few minutes, as soon as we finish D.
Okay.
So 20,000 selling price multiple 3, 3 at 10, 4 at 10, 4 per hour, direct labor rate 12, overhead 160. So these items are kind of the same. So when we get ready to do the raw materials, do that right, unit raw materials. Three at 10, 30, 4 at 10, 40 for 70. Okay. So the raw materials is 70. Got ready to do the labor, $12, but we can make 4 per hour. So that gave us 3. And then For the overhead, total is 160. Quantity to be produced is 20. But we can make 4 per hour, so it's going to take us 5,000 hours. We simply divide 4 into 20. We get 5,000 hours. Then, for the POR, what are we going to do?
Line 1 and line 4.
We divide the 160 by what?
5,000.
5,000.
We get 32?
Mm-hmm.
And then, for the unit manufacturing costs, since we can make more than 1 an hour, what are we going to do here?
Divide 32 and 4 per hour. And that's how you got 8.
So the overhead cost is 8. So 73,881. $81 selling price multiple 3, 243, and the predetermined overhead rate. Whenever we work a problem, these are the first 3 things we do. And so if they're incorrect, you can imagine what might happen. What do you think might happen if they're incorrect? What do you think might happen?
Everything else gonna be wrong?
Everything else gonna be wrong? Yeah, a lot of things will be wrong. Miss Jasmine, you still there?
I'm here.
I need you to release the remote control if you can.
And how do you do that?
There to the top and see if you can release it. I hope I don't have to sign out to do that. You got a funny type of control there.
I sure do, because I don't know how to release it.
Look in the top and see if you see something. Let's see. It's stuck on you. Option.
It's not giving me an option to hold up. Settings. It says you're presenting. It doesn't say I still have control of the remote.
On mine, it's saying that you got control. So I guess somehow that happened. Let me look in here.
It might be in like your settings or like the on the top right, some 3 dots or something.
The 3 dots just say about, go team, go to meeting support, and then this other stuff with the settings is just computer and phone. I just leave and see if it do it.
You're gonna leave it for me to do. Okay, let me look in here.
It did it?
No.
If it's the audio, turn on camera. It's just like Joseph Boyd is presenting.
And mine says Brady has the remote. Okay.
Somebody lying.
Well, if we ain't gotta take the quiz, we ain't gotta take no quiz.
I'm going to assignments and Blackboard now. See. Five, 16. Okay, you should be able to go into Blackboard now. On the assignments, you see attendance quiz. Work it out and send it back.
Once we through, we can log off.
Mm-hmm.
Professor,
My
it's not
computer acting slow.
The quiz.
Trying to hurry up, but my computer is acting slow.
Whose computer's acting slow?
Shakana's.
And Professor Boyd, I don't see the quiz under assignments.
$25 principal accounting, 2 sections, and 2 assignments. Does anybody see it?
The attendance quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see it.
Everybody else sees it.
Do I need to screenshot and send it to you? Because I don't see it.
Somebody screenshot it and sent it to her. Jasmine. Still there, Jasmine?
I'm still here.
Sign out and come back in.
Okay.
I might have to sign out and y'all may have to come back in. Okay, I think I'm back now.
Professor Boyd.
Yes.
I'm not going to stay in. I was just popping in to talk to you real quick. So you got my email on Monday or Tuesday? Why I wasn't attending class?
I didn't get it. What?
So I will resend that. I will resend it to you. I will
Okay.
not detail everything. Secondly, I looked at the periodic. What's it called? The periodic. This period's grading cycle, the first period, and I didn't get a grade for my exam that we took.
Okay. I'll look at that.
And there was. Let me open it up so I can see what's going on. Also, so I wasn't in class on Tuesday either, like I said, and I know that there was some stuff that you discussed. Will you be doing tutorials tomorrow so I can kind of catch up? I'm going to look at the YouTube channel, but.
Yeah, possibly. What time?
Hold on, let me just. What time works for you? And I can just work around your schedule. It would probably be best to do it that way.
We could look at around what time? 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'll put it on my calendar. Yeah, because the NABA conference is going on right now, and I know I have a few interviews for tomorrow, but I haven't set times for them, so I can work around.
Get the interviews. We can always do it on. Well, we'll do it on Monday anyway. So if you got interviews.
Yeah, which is another reason why I'm not staying on, because I'm about to put my shirt and tie on and do some more networking.
Okay.
Or whatnot. So yeah, Monday works fine too, if Monday is better for you.
Okay. Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll send you another email too.
Okay.
Appreciate it, Professor Boyd.
Okay.
Professor Boyd,
Yes.
so I don't mean to be difficult, but in part two, under the unit direct labor cost, your quiz gives us directions for us to multiply the two, but in class, we discussed that in this instance, we would divide the two.
Say that again.
So on your example, it says that we should multiply the product labor hours per unit times the labor rate per hour. But if I follow what we learned in class, if it's like 3, since it would be 3 per hour, then I would divide them instead of multiply. But your thing says multiply.
Just go ahead and work with it. Go ahead and make your decision on it.
What do you mean by that?
Make a decision. Complete the test and then we'll review it.
Professor Boyd, on
Yeah.
this quiz, did you not mean to put the unit product, where is it, the product, whatever, cost, unit product cost?
What's missing?
The unit product cost.
The unit manufacturing.
Wait a minute.
See?
Is a line missing?
So
What do
you kind of put two the same thing. So you put unit manufacturing overhead cost, and then you put predetermined overhead rate, but you don't have a total unit product cost.
I thought I had it up top under the assumptions. So look at the third set of material. Third set of boxes.
The one that say unit manufacturing overhead cost?
Total unit product cost. You got the first box that says unit cost attendance quiz 1, the product cost, selling price, overhead rate. Then you got assumption. Then you got another box, which is 4 total unit product costs. So I just moved it. You got to be flexible in the pandemic, you know.
Okay, gotcha.
If you are having issues, you probably need to be in office hours on Monday.
We'll definitely try to make it Monday. Something so easy shouldn't be so hard.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
We'll see you on Monday. We'll work on it.
All right.